I'm Anita Huberman, and I'm here on behalf of Icons Media and Magazine. Thank you so much for being here with us. And today we're featuring the Icons Legacy podcast, where every extraordinary legacy begins with a story. I'm so pleased to have with me today Dr. Paul Ghotra. And Paul is really focused. And I've seen him before in the headlines. I've seen his accomplishments. And today we are going to uncover his journey, his defining moments and life lessons. And really the focus today is an emerging sector within Canada's economy, and that is the hydrogen economy. And I'm so pleased and honored to have with me Dr. Paul Ghotra.
Thank
Paul,
you,
can
Nita.
you introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, I am Dr. Paul Ghotra. I am involved in hydrogen sector for more than 2 decades. So we have a large manufacturing and development facility here in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. So right now, today we are meeting to discuss how the hydrogen overall going to make a big difference globally in our uh, emissions and global warming and what it can do to dent into that area and what we are doing to play a part in it with our technology so we can help out changing the world to a better future, low emissions, and making the world a better place.
Absolutely. So our first podcast together is focused on the hydrogen economy. And your book is called Rise Hydrogen that you're going to be releasing soon. And, I just wanted to preface, I'm involved, as you know, in the economy in a variety of different sectors. But Canada, and what you've articulated within your book, is really positioned to become a global hydrogen leader. And that's clean electricity, natural resources, engineering expertise, manufacturing capacity, export opportunities, and innovation capacity. So these are themes that I saw within your book. And from an economic lens, really intrigued me because of the work that I do in the economy as well. And I know the federal and provincial governments, they are hot on hydrogen economies and hydrogen as an energy source. So I want you to just explain to our listeners, every great innovation begins with a question.
Sure.
And yours was, can water help shape a cleaner energy future? What inspired that question that you've already put out there in your book? And how did it become the foundation for your book and your philosophy around the hydrogen energy future?
Absolutely. So, just starting with Canada, Canada as a country has a great potential to be a world leader in generating hydrogen, storing, selling, and distribute it globally.
Mhm.
Just for the fact, in British Columbia, we have the cleanest electricity, all produced with from dams. So the basic ingredient to produce green hydrogen, which is the ideal place to be, is with green electricity. So Canada and specifically British Columbia, with our Pacific location for shipping, global shipping, is the right place to really take a lead being a hydrogen economy as another avenue to generate revenue, to generate jobs, and more importantly, do something which truly has the power to change the world with this technology, lowering the emissions and slowing down the global warming. So, what I meant from there is with the abundance of water in BC, with clean electricity, more importantly, the cluster of companies we have in in Vancouver and Lower Mainland. And the tagline for Vancouver is called the Silicon Valley of fuel cells, because some of the world class companies like Ballard and many others is working in this field for a long time, almost half a century now. Uh, some, to develop these technologies, launch these technologies. The core to all this to materialize is the generation of hydrogen, storing of hydrogen, and producing the green hydrogen competitively so it can compete as a fuel. So, in my personal view, I consider hydrogen is the battery of the world. So there are multiple technologies. Hydrogen is one of the tools to be used in that. There's electric batteries, there's a solar,
Mhm.
there's other technologies which can produce. The differentiation with hydrogen is it can become a word's storage, because through hydrogen you can store energy and launch it anytime. So once the hydrogen is stored in a cartridge or a cylinder, it doesn't dissipate as long as the technology is there. It's there forever. So you can come after 15 years, use that cartridges, it will still work. So the beauty about hydrogen is the only byproduct from generating power from hydrogen is water and oxygen.
Mm.
So what's happening in the world is right now the world is fossil fuel heavy. That means the majority of our automotives, many things are running on diesel, petrol, and that is the major cause of global warming from CO2, burning fossil fuels. So, any technology we can launch in the world to offset that slowly, bit by bit, it's a new emerging technology. It's not going to change in a day or a year, but it has to be started. So, what CIMtech Green Energy is working in this sector for more than 2 decades.
Mhm.
So, we have been instrumental and privileged to work with world's large companies, mega companies in Canada, and more importantly in the US, to help those companies to develop these technologies from very early stages, understand it, and more importantly, CIMtech Green Energy has established itself as a global manufacturing partner where we can scale these technologies. For any technologies to make a dent, the execution is the key, and there has to be a price competitiveness, there has to be availability of resources, manufacturing resources. That's where CIMtech Green Energy is fitting for the
Mm.
last 2 decades.
Mhm.
But I am more excited for our next phase. So, next phase is we have developed our own technologies. We are targeting a different segment. In my view, it's still untouched, and it's a market space worth billions of dollars. And the technology we developed is the three verticals. It can be applied to military and defense application, which is the hottest sector. It can be applied to drones to extend their range. The same technology can be applied to commercial applications for municipalities, for tradespeople, and also similar technology is fitting the need of consumers for portable power.
Mhm.
So I'm sitting here to announce that very pleasantly that this technology is not fiction. This technology is fully developed. We are working on the level where we are executing the launch of it. And slowly, my vision is we can grow it globally and make some difference to slow down the global warming with one of these tools, along with other technologies doing the same thing.
So this is Canadian-made technology, Dr. Ghotra, and I've known you for more than 10 years, and I remember when we together worked to convince government that hydrogen was also a part of our energy ecosystem. Do you remember that?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. So, because this technology is so new and there's not widespread awareness about it, So, but I am pleased the government are recognizing the value of this stream of technology to lower emissions as an energy source, not here in Canada alone, but it's globally. So these technologies penetrating in many different sectors. So what we are working on is to bring on technology to a level where every human being who is passionate about using devices which doesn't generate any pollution, they're not part of generating more CO2, that's where this technology will be launched. So I'm very excited for the next phase of this technology and my career to make sure in next decade I can launch it, I can execute it and grow it to a level where it becomes some kind of legacy for me and I can be proud that it can make a big difference worldwide.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ghotra. And I look forward to learning more as we dig deeper into the other podcasts that we'll be doing together
Sure.
in your book about yourself and also about workforce development and the skills that are needed to ensure that the sustainability of your technology too. So thank you so much for introducing your book and introducing the importance of hydrogen to our economy here in Canada, but also to the whole world. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.